Divine greetings and gratitude. Welcome back to the Saiyonan Archives YouTube channel family. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nuna. I am the poet, the writer, the seer, the sage, the wise woman, and the keeper of the archives. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. The reason why we're here today is because I wanted to do a reading, and I know that I've been doing readings a lot recently, but the reason is because I've been doing lots of things behind the scenes. I'm writing another poetry book, and I'm also in the process of getting things together for our tribe, for our collective. That's the reason why I've been just doing lots of readings and whatnot. Today, as I am filming, it is currently October 1st. So happy October. I'm super excited to be here with you guys, to be here with you. And we're going to be working with two decks. We're going to be working with the Tarot of the Woodland Wardens. I'm so excited. I got it yesterday. I took the time to connect with it yesterday, and let me just tell you that it is definitely a vibe. I may or may not do a review on this deck. We'll see. I more than likely will. And then we're also going to be doing working with the Woodland Wardens the Woodland Wardens Oracle by Jessica. I believe it's Rowe. So sorry if or Rue. I'm sorry if I'm not saying that right. So here's the Oracle. And then here is the Tarot. It's a very beautiful deck, by the way. Do not regret it at all. I do not regret it. It is so beautiful, so amazing. So we're going to be taking a moment to ground. I'm currently working on what I like to call the the prologue to Remembrance, or the prologue of Remembrance. I can't remember exactly what I called it. I actually just coined the term today, and it just kind of dawned on me. So I'm going to be working with that, and then writing down some poems and getting them into my computer and things like that. So the vibe is really grounding. I'm hoping that this reading serves as a timeless message. I'm hoping that you receive what you need out of this reading, and that you discard what you do not need. Right away, I'm kind of feeling like someone is definitely needing to, there's someone, I don't know why the word is grounding. Like, it just feels like someone either feels that they need time to ground, or they need time to center, because there's been so many things that have been happening in their life. And I 100% do not blame you. I know that lots of things are changing, and what I'm hearing is that you are more than likely someone that just feels it all. You feel so much. You feel yourself, you feel others around you, you feel the world, and sometimes it just gets overwhelming. And again, there's just this need to ground, this need to hold space, and this need to, what I'm hearing is grieve. And I'm getting a sense that someone here is like, I see everyone else, but who sees me? And like, that's just the vibration that I'm picking up from someone. Also, real quick, you guys may or may not hear noise in the background. If you do, it's because my 3-year-old, who's going to be 4 soon on October 5th, he's very vocal and he loves to be very animated. And sometimes he just kind of, he runs around and things like that. So you may or may not hear him in the background. Thank you so much for spending time with me here today. Talking about grounding, you have the 2 of Cups that came out first, and then the 9 of Pentacles, and they came out in a pair. So I'm going to leave these 2 together. For whatever reason, I feel like I want to pull the cards in pairs. And it's interesting because pairs, like 2s. So it could be a pear or something. It could be you eating pears. It's something about the word pear. Okay. I think someone needs to ground at the moment, and the reason why they do is because they're wanting to align. So someone's wanting to align with something, most definitely. And before they branch off, or before they reach or go into this next venture, they're wanting to take the time to ground, because there's so many things that are going on in their own lives and their own world. And although this does feel very fortunate, although this does feel very fortunate and very very earthy, very fortunate, I'm seeing patchouli and I'm smelling patchouli. I don't have anything I don't have anything right now that screams patchouli, like at all. Like I don't have anything around me with the scent of patchouli. But what I do feel though is that there's something about like something like long lasting. And you also, your cards just keep flipping over, which is not normal for me whenever I'm shuffling. So that lets me know that someone is trying to see something. Like they're trying to see something a little bit more clearly, or things just kind of keep happening out of their control. Things just keep happening out of your control. I'm going to show you the cards in a moment. Okay. I just heard there's like a push and pull. Remember when we talked about like there's things that the person that, you know, you may have been feeling and whatnot? We actually do have the Three of Arrows here, which translates to the Three of Swords. I don't know if we can see that right now. My camera doesn't do a very good job of focusing. So you have the Two of Cups with the Nine of Pentacles. You have the Judgment with the Fool. You have the Knight of Swords with the High Priestess. Don't you just love how this card looks? This is the High Priestess. It's so accurate. Oh, it is so accurate. That beautiful owl. I don't know if you guys can see that clearly. Okay, that's the High Priestess. So gorge. Okay, we have the Hermit and we have the Three of Swords. The arrows in this deck are the swords. That card wanted to kind of come out. And you have the Devil. Goodness gracious. Okay, so what I'm hearing Spirit say, you have the Devil here as well as the Ten of Pentacles. King of Swords as well. So there's a theme here. What I'm feeling is that there's someone that may want to kind of venture off into something, but Spirit is actually asking you to sit and ground. And Spirit is saying that I just heard the words hold space. So Spirit is wanting you to hold space, and Spirit is wanting to hold space with you before you decide to maneuver and to move forward. And the reason is because I just heard something about it being a trap. Things may be or may seem all well, and they may seem great, and they may seem good, and it may look favorable, but Spirit is truly asking you, what is it that you're truly wanting to commit to, and what is it that you're really wanting to do? Because if you decide to go with this thing because of the money, or if you decided to go with this thing because it feels promising, then you can very well end up in a space where it almost kind of feels sacrificial. What I'm hearing with the Devil card and with the Ten of Pentacles here is that it's one of those things where, yeah, it may look good on the outside, and yes, it may feel good for a moment, but at some point in time, it's going to end up becoming very draining. You want to make sure that you're getting yourself into anything, or into, well, you want to get yourself into what is actually in alignment with you, and not just because it looks good on the outside. Because the very thing that you could be gravitating towards could look good on the surface, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what it is. What I'm seeing is a rock covered in like gold, and then the gold kind of scrapes off, and then you just see the rock. It's not pure gold. Whatever this is for someone, this is not pure gold. This is actually one of those things that will last for a little while, but you don't want to give so much into this to a point where you then become drained, to where then it becomes too demanding, to where you cannot hold up your end of the contract or the bargain. What I am seeing here is that Spirit is saying that it doesn't want you to rush. And with the Knight of Swords here paired with the High Priestess, I feel like this Knight of Arrows, it's this action. It's where you want to hurry up and make a decision. You want to move. You want to go. You want to, you want to move forward. But with the high priestess here, it's this call to go inward, to ask the divine, is this the way that you wish for me to go? I feel like spirit is asking for you. The fact that you do have the high priestess paired with the knight of swords is to, instead of you allowing yourself to move according to the swiftness of your thoughts, and instead of you allowing yourself to be pressured by the thoughts of yourself or other people, spirit is asking for you to surrender to it so that you can tune into your intuition to make the right decision that is for you at this time. What I am also seeing here is that with the Hermit card, with the Three of Swords, this is raising awareness, and it's raising a caution. It's like, remember, you've been down this road before. Is this really what you want to get yourself into? And I'm feeling the need to tell you that you really don't want to rush this, because if you rush this, you're going to find yourself in a space where, yes, you're going to get money. Yes, you're going to feel good as far as like getting the money, but it's not going to be fully what you think that it is. And it's like that because all good money ain't good. All money ain't good money. Like, that's essentially what it is. All good money ain't good money. It's like, yes, it pays the bills. Yes, it gets the things done. Yes, it helps you to get to from point A to point B. At the same time, at what cost? Like, I'm hearing the question, at what cost? The Devil card here is raising up a concern because it almost kind of, I just heard something about like family debts. I just heard family debts. I don't know, like I just heard mortgage. Like, it's like a mortgage. Be careful when it comes to mortgages and things of that nature. I'm not going to sit here and give anyone any type of advice, but I really want you to read that contract before you decide to sign a mortgage. I want you to look up what the word mortgage means, and I want you to look up the etymology of the word mortgage and just listen to how dead these things sound. And I want you to really, really, really tune in and focus on what is actually being said in the contract. I feel like if you are not careful, that someone, if they sign that contract, it could be very draining. I just also heard is that whenever you get into something, you want to make sure that you retain all rights to whatever it is that you're creating. You want to make sure that you get it coined. You want to make sure, you want to make sure that you secure this thing so that it doesn't become the property of someone else's. That's what I just heard. You want to make sure that you coin this, or that you put this somewhere where it won't be controlled by someone else, because this energy here will control whatever it can get its hands on, and you have to challenge that. What I'm hearing is that you want to challenge jurisdiction here. That's just simply what I'm hearing. The fact that we do have the bats and the scorpions here, it's so symbolic. And on one stinger we have grapes, and on the other stinger it looks like fire. It looks like, if you can see that. All right. So you have one that has what looks like fire, and the other one that looks like a grape, or like a vine of grapes. I feel like these are the very things that kind of, in a way, were the offerings that someone gave, and this thing here, this entity here, accepted it. But what these two did not realize was that, okay, by you giving that in exchange for this, that if you were not able to continue on providing this thing, or whatever sacrifice you made, if you were not able to continue on with that, then something else has to be taken, even if it's you. So spirit is asking for you to really think about what you're wanting, and think about how important it is to you before you decide to give up everything for that one thing. Now, the fact that we do have here the Two of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, I do see here that if you decided that you were going to follow your intuition, that instead of you allowing this to control you, instead of you getting into things that are not for you, what I do see you doing is actually making sound decisions in a way that supports your sovereignty, in a way that supports your well-being, in a way that helps you to really tend to your own garden, to tend to your own space, to tend to the things that you have growing. And what I do here again is the word sovereignty. This Nine of Pentacles points to sovereignty. It is the card of sovereignty. It is the card that obviously comes right before the Ten of Pentacles. So there's something that you want to do, that you want to reassess. I'm hearing Spirit say that I also really want you to establish a really strong, authentic connection with your surroundings, with your community, with those around you, and the thing that you are most in alignment with. And the reason is because anything that you are in alignment with now that is of a higher vibration, if something else is presented to you that does not match that vibration or is even better or higher, then Spirit says say no to that. Because the moment you feel that hunch and you're like, wait a minute, I don't know if I should choose this, then that basically means that it is a hard no. If it's not a fuck yes, it's a hard no, excuse my French. But that's exactly what I'm feeling. I'm feeling the need to tell you that you also want to use your greater judgment. The fact that you do have the Judgment card here, I don't want to mess up my cards, I just got them. The fact that you do have here the Judgment card along with the Fool, this to me lets me know, and look, someone may have been seeing lots of blue morpho butterflies. That I've actually been seeing several of those recently as well. Anyway, but this reading is about you, not me. So the fact that you do have here the Judgment card along with the Fool, this is really strong discernment, and this is you allowing yourself to, before you leap, before you just jump off, you want to make sure that you are making sound decisions. Also, you want to make sure that you turn in like your spiritual paperwork. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Turn in your spiritual paperwork. Let's go over this. Like, let's review this. What is it that you've been through? What have you gone through? What has happened, right? What have you learned, right? What is it that you have learned from this situation or from these situations, right? What can you prophesize, or not even just what you can prophesize, even, you know what, actually, yes, the fact that Judgment is here, it actually is bringing me to prophecy. Side note, there's something that you've seen coming. You may have had a dream about something, you may have felt something very strongly, and now it's starting to play out. You also may have been given a warning in your dreams about something, and Spirit is saying is that if you go against that, then you are going to end up experiencing some type of suffering, and that's what we don't want, right? We don't want to experience unnecessary suffering. So Spirit is wanting you to go back to whatever dream you had to ensure that you receive the right messages and that you interpreted them in a manner where you can receive the exact insight that you need before you take the sleep. So moving back into the cards and moving back into, you know, what we were speaking about, this to me is you having, I don't know why, I just keep hearing discernment. And it could be because the Hermit card is here, but at the same time with this Judgment, it's you have to know what is a divine idea apart from your own, right? Like your own calculations. This is one of those things where you don't want to make a decision based off solely what you think, but you want to make whatever, and this may not even be you making a decision, right? This could be you deciding to just not do anything at all, which is great, because that space of idleness is great, because that's an opportunity for you to tap into your intuition, to go into these meditative states. So that's kind of what I'm seeing right here. For some of you, you do not want to take that leap yet. You want to take the time to connect. You want to take that time to listen. You want to take that time to really think about what you're getting yourself into before you do that. You want to take the time to read whatever contracts you must read, do what you must do so that you don't fall into the trap of something that's going to drain you in the long run. Again, what I'm hearing is that there's something about someone's family, like family debt, or like something that was like passed down. It's like this generational debt that just keeps being passed down. What I'm also hearing is that you want to offer ancestor money to your ancestors, and the reason, and I'm hearing gold, it could be like, you know, gold, it could be, I just heard silver, so it could be silver, some type of coins or ancestor money that you want to use. And the reason why is because this is symbolic for paying off those debts, and you'll be surprised that when you do that and you put that on the altar, and it could be you burning the ancestor money, right, so that that energy can go to them, or you can place the money on their altar so that it can be, and you set your intention, let them know, hey grandpa, hey grandma, or hey ancestors, I give this money to you as an offering, may this help you to relieve any debts, and thank you so much for helping me to relieve any family debt so that I can be set off and I can, you know, or, you know, whatever the prayer may be. And I feel like, again, this is you paying off, or you know, releasing family debt or satisfying that debt. I don't know why I'm hearing like a debt collector, like something like keeps calling you, or someone keeps calling you to collect a debt. third party. I'm hearing like something about a third party. Fun fact, if you go on your credit score, like if you go on your credit and you see something from a third party and you have no contract with them, you can actually get that removed from your credit. I just, like, my partner just did this for me. It might have been a few days ago, or like a week ago or something like that. It actually really does work, but you just have to know, what to say and things like that. If it's from a third party that you do not have a contract with, you can get that dismissed off your credit. I don't know why I'm hearing to tell you that. That is not my realm. Although I do study it, that is not what I'm here to teach. But I can say that it is definitely a real thing. Oh, okay. Upheaval. Yep, the vulture and asphodel. Yep, upheaval. And then you also have the spider and passion flower, creative and ingenuity. The badger and ginkgo, healing wounds. That's so interesting. Wowzers. I believe the fact that you have this here, right? And look at that. And you also have the three of arrows, which is the three of swords. Okay. This definitely does feel like some type of, I feel like the reading is now changing course now. And I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow it to just kind of be what it is. So in this instant, because this is layered 100%. So the fact that you now have this, the hermit, the three of swords, as well as the badger and ginkgo, healing wounds, it really does feel like spirit is asking for you to take your time. The word is nourishment. I'm really seeing someone saying no to something, and I'm also seeing someone deciding that they want to stay into us in this space. What spirit is saying is that I really want you to go back to healing foods. There's something about healing foods. The fact that we are in the fall months now, you're wanting to eat your beets, you want to eat your squash, if they agree with your body and your blood and things like that. I'm also in the process of eating such things as well. So your kale, and you want to make sure. I'm seeing something being boiled. So this could definitely be like soup or some type of it could be pho, it's something that you boil. It could be like boiled vegetables into a soup, like a broth. Like I'm seeing like broth and things like that. And like coffees and things like that. There's something about like using this time to like harvest, but also connect so that you can nourish yourself and heal those wounds, specifically in the womb area. In the womb, like there's something about the womb space that needs healing for some of you. And I feel like what spirit is saying is that this is the perfect time. Like what better time to heal than this? Like, any time's a perfect time, but especially now, because now we're going back into our home spaces. We're going back into you guys are going to hear my 3-year-old, by the way. He's so sweet. He's so sweet. He's back there with his brothers. Where were we at, you guys? Okay, so basically, yes, this is definitely the time where you do want to spend nourishing yourself, especially with the Nine of Pentacles, because the Nine of Pentacles does point to nourishment. It's a Venusian card, so it's a card that's it's the naturalness of it. It's the naturalness of the earth. It's the organic. I feel like you're going to be spending more of your time focusing on what can you do to enhance your energy, what can you do to cleanse the body. I'm seeing that the Hermit also does point to medicine, because it's the card connected to Virgo and Chiron. So I do feel like there's something that you're drawing from this situation where you're going to start to receive some kind of healing. Also, when you heal yourself, it also helps you to make better decisions, and it also increases your awareness, and you're also able to use better discernment because your body's clear, your mind is in unison, your mind, body, your intuition, all of it is harmonious at that point. And I feel like spirit is saying to use nature to become more harmonious. You have the moth and eucalyptus and ending. I feel truly that the fact that you have the vulture and the moth here, I'm getting a really strong feeling that there's something that is, I don't like the feeling that I'm getting with this double card here. And typically I don't like to just say that things are bad if they're not bad. You know what I mean? I don't really even like calling things bad, to be honest. But I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that I don't feel something coming from this double card here. I'm not liking it. I feel this could represent a lawyer, or this could represent someone dealing with like the family. Like, I I just heard someone's aunt, like someone's aunt has like the family money, or she took the family money and she lied about it or something like that, or someone's family member or someone's lawyer may have done something sneaky, and they may have tried to trap you. I really want you to read every contract, but there's something about it where this I don't know why I'm seeing like this person is a snake. I don't like disrespecting snakes that way, because snakes are so sacred, like they are so beautiful, so amazing, so misunderstood, and I have a special place in my heart for snakes because of, the time that the snake made itself known to me several times when I asked about my ancestry and whatnot. But I'm not going to sit here and make this or say this from a biased standpoint. Someone feels like this person is a snake. Like this person, this devil here has an ulterior motive. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it doesn't. It does. 100%. Like there's no making that up. You can't make it up. They do. And what they're wanting out of the situation is money. I feel like Spirit is wanting you to take the time to I just heard commit. Spirit is wanting you to commit. Spirit is wanting you to commit to healing yourself and ensure that whatever decisions you're making, that you're not making them out of survival, because that's how they get you. It's the devil card points to contracts, to hidden desires, and those desires used to rule you in so that you can fulfill something on its behalf. And it gives you what you want, but there's always a cost for it. Like it's a cost. Like how much, like what are you willing to sacrifice for this? Like it's giving me like the realms of like left-handed magic, which left-handed magic, there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't want to say that either. It's giving me sacrificing something. Like I don't know if you're one of those witches that use animals to sacrifice. I don't do that. I don't use animals in my rituals or whatnot, but it's almost kind of giving me, and I'm not promoting the harm, take this as entertainment purposes only, but this is giving me the vibe of someone that will sacrifice a goat, a chicken, a cow, or whatever for the gain of something. This is not someone that you want to take as a joke, but it's not to say that you need to fear them, because there's truly nothing for you to fear. Why? When you're protected, right? But whoever this is, this energy will do whatever it needs to do. Like this person, it's so withdrawn. You want to make sure that you protect yourself from that. Eat high quality foods, please. The high priestess though sees it, and although she may not say it, she sees it, and it's obvious to her. It's definitely obvious. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, where is the spider? So you also do have here the spider and passion flower, creative and ingenuity. Can you please, Spirit, give me another? Okay. And you also have the fox and ivy, adaptability. Oh, and the chipmunk and laurel, success. Okay, so this is definitely a better the energy is better. What I'm seeing out of this is that it's not something that will completely strip you of everything. And also, as I say that, you have the sun card here. This is where the sun starts to come back out. This is where the sun starts to shine on all of these, situations and whatnot. This is where the sun says, I'm here to warm this up so that it can feel more nourishing. I'm seeing like sunbathing vitamin D. Make sure you're taking your vitamin D. You may be back on the verge of, if you are, vitamin D deficient, you want to make sure that you get more vitamin D in your system. Okay. Get some more vitamin D in. Also, I just feel like Spirit is calling you to connect with nature right now, to get out of this limited constrictive space. This devil card also does point to Capricorn energy. Yeah, this points to Capricorn energy. So you may be dealing with like really dense or heavy Capricorn energy while it's in its shadow. It's really draining and it wants money, and it can be very selfish, right? Anyway, overall though, no matter what, I do see you. I just heard the word cunning. Makes sense, because the fox can be very cunning. If you've been dishonest, you want to be honest with yourself and others. And I also see the butterfly right now as a guide for you out of this situation. And I also do see here that with this ending and whatever this drainage is, and whenever you end this contract, there is a way to end the contract. I can't tell you exactly how to end the contract, but there is a way to end this contract. Spirit is wanting you to end this contract so that things can turn around and be more favorable. And they will turn around and they will be more favorable, but Spirit is asking for you to end this contract. Okay. in the contract, please don't let anyone pressure you to make any decisions. Before you make that decision, you want to take time to connect. You want to take time to think about what you learned. You want to turn in your spiritual paperwork. You want to turn in your review to spirit. Like, this is so symbolic, right? You want to turn in whatever that paperwork is, and you want to make sure that you're using your discernment before you get into anything, because even though there's not a card here that's pointing to decisions, I did see the Lovers card earlier, but I saw the Lovers card earlier, however I put it back. But yes, it's like, whatever decision, right? You want to make sure that before you do that, that you turn in your spiritual homework, that you turn in what you need to turn in, so that, or what may be required, that may be needed from you, from spirit, before you go in and, you know, do whatever you're going to do. I do see here that there's some type of money that someone is going to get, an allotment. I just heard like an allotment or something something tangible. You're going to receive something tangible that's going to help you, or you're going to get something out of the situation. If you were crossed in any way, you are going to receive something. It's like, it's justice card is not here, but I do feel that you will receive something because of what happened in this situation. I heard something about like an accident, so it may be like some type of insurance money, or it may be something where that's been kind of like long and like drawn out. I feel like you're going to be receiving something soon. Okay, take it all as it resonates. All right. I love you so very much. Thank you so much for spending time with me here today. I wanted to, real quick, before you decide to go, thank you so much for listening to this and listening all the way to the end. Thank you so much for taking the time out to sit with me. I want to let you know that I am in the process of writing another book. I will not be putting snippets of the book in here yet, but just please trust me. I'm going to be letting you in on the behind the scenes of me writing this book, why I'm writing it, and things of that nature. So stay tuned for that. I also do have the Etherium, which is still open. The Etherium is essentially a place where I create and handcraft your spiritual essentials. It is my form of an apothecary. An apothecary is essentially a space that has healing necessities and whatnot for those who seek it. Speaking of healing, of course, we do have the hermits, of course, and also the Etherium is my place that I have created. It started off as Magic of Eden, but now here we are, the Saiyonan Etherium, where I can again handcraft and extend my magic over to you, extend my poetry in the form of ritual essentials that I offer to you in exchange for donations and whatnot. Thank you so much for taking the time to look at that on the website, as this does support my path as well as yours. Thank you so much for subscribing to this YouTube channel, because I'm going to also be uploading a lot more videos. We have a really long road ahead of us. So thank you so much for just tuning in and for listening and listening to me recite my poetry, which I'm going to be doing a lot more in the future. Thank you so much for spending time with me here today. I love you, and I will catch you in my next video.